In the future world, getting rich overnight may not be a pleasant surprise, but it's also a huge fear. The robot, Bender, accidentally inherited a luxurious castle, but on the day he moved in, the supernatural events that occurred in the castle almost scared him so much that his fuel tank leaked. One day ago, the robot Bender suddenly received a letter. The letter said that his wealthy grandfather had unfortunately malfunctioned due to long-term disrepair. The huge fortune left before his death would be distributed to other robot relatives. Bender, as his great-nephew, was no exception. After receiving the letter, he immediately called his friends and went together to the robot town where his great-uncle lived. However, Bender left his hometown when he was young and already didn't know the way to his grandfather's house clearly, so he found a robot coachman and wanted him to lead the way to the luxurious castle on the mountain. But as soon as Bender finished speaking, the surrounding robots were so scared that they scattered and ran away. Only an old robot, who wasn't afraid of death, didn't leave. He kindly reminded Bender that the castle on the mountain was haunted. The robot coachman also chimed in after hearing this, saying that it was a ghost castle. If they wanted to go, they had to pay more money. The professor and the others also agreed to his request. Then the group rushed to that castle. With Bender's arrival, the funeral was held as scheduled. The coffin-carrying team walked in unison. Then they used the highest standard of robot funeral. First, they used foam to cushion the body of their grandfather. Then they put his grandfather in a cardboard box. After that, they buried the coffin in the soil. After the funeral, the robot lawyer began to read out the will of his great-uncle. The butler received a reward that was twice the amount of his monthly salary, but it had to be paid in 20 installments. Then there was the stupid son who didn't know anything. He was left a fortune of 10 million, hoping that he could spend it sparingly. Finally, it was his dear great-nephew, Bender. His grandfather gave him his luxurious castle, on the condition that he had to stay here for one night. Then their wonderful fantasy night in the castle officially began. At this time, Bender was still in the joy of getting rich overnight, and didn't notice the approaching danger at all. At this moment, a string of red binary codes suddenly appeared in the living room. This was the horror that only robots could understand. Bender was so scared that he took to his heels and ran. The strange ghost followed him all the way. Even the robot grandfather who had just passed away suddenly appeared and blocked Bender's way. At the same time, more robot ghosts emerged from the photos hanging on the wall. His ancestors greeted Bender. Bender was so scared that his fuel tank started to leak. He ran out of the castle gate, screaming all the way.